Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one for you. I hope you guys are doing good. Happy Friday to all of you. I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, guys, there's like a thunderstorm passing over me. So if you guys hear any strange noise, it's that lightning and thunder and all that other stuff. So, yeah, guys, today we're going to do something different. And we're going to talk about some of these knuckleheads that are against the Sex Offender Registry. Okay? And now, guys, I don't know why anyone would be against this, but there are people out there who think that it's unconstitutional, think that it's wrong, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Now, guys, I've said this before. I don't care. Okay? I think that it should be one strike and you're out for predators. That's it. One strike and you're out. Okay? Now, if you don't want to deal with all the stuff that the registry puts, all the limitations that they put you on, then you shouldn't you shouldn't be victimizing children in the first place. Okay, that's how it works. So, guys, look, we're gonna start out here with an article from Vox. Okay, and this says why the offender registry isn't the right way to punish rapists, right? And this is from 2016. And this is a picture of neighbors handing out flyers to the local women, people in the neighborhood, mothers, women, whatever, saying, "Hey, look, this guy that's done a horrible crime is in the neighborhood." Okay. Now it starts. There are two parts to any criminal sentence for any crime involving sex. There's a standard sentence, prison time or probation, and as soon as the first sentence ends, the second one begins. After getting released from prison, an ex-offender, no, he's still an offender. There's no ex-offender here, guys. Has to sign up for his state's offender registry. If he moves to another state, he'll have to. And it's funny how they use male pronouns here, right? When, guys, as of late, we've seen a lot more women doing this. So I'm going to use gender neutral pronouns. Okay. If they move to another state, they'll have to sign up there too. So depending on the state and the seriousness of the crime, their name, picture, and information will be publicly listed for all to see permanently. Now, guys, listen to this. They're insinuating that this is bad. That this is a bad thing. That if you SA a person, that this happens, it might seem like an appropriate punishment for someone like Brock Turner, who received only a few months in prison for SA of an unconscious woman earlier this year. But the offender registry wasn't designed to punish people like Brock Turner. It wasn't designed to punish people at all. The registry was designed for predators who repeatedly preyed on children, at least according to the fears of 1990s policymakers. So the purpose was supposed to be not punishment, but prevention. The theory that predators were unable or unwilling to control their urges and the government could not do enough to keep them away from children, so the job of avoiding predators needed to fall to the parents. That's still true to this day. Guys, drop in the chat if you agree. To this day, a lot of these predators are unable or unwilling to control their urges, and the government can't do enough to keep them away from children. Father, son, what is going on, my friend? Where have you been? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Doug MPA is in the house. What's going on, guys? Happy Friday, man. All right. Okay. In other words, it's a 1990s tool with a 1990s sensibility. If criminals can't control their criminal urges, law-abiding citizens must modify their own behavior to prevent crime. 20 years later, the focus on sex crimes has shifted from SA of children to SA and rape. The idea that criminals can't control their behavior has been replaced by the attention to the cultural and institutional failures that allow grapes to happen and go, what? Guys, okay, hold on. Okay, the idea that criminals can't control their behavior has been replaced by attention to the cultural and institutional failures that allow grapes to happen and go unpunished. The idea that it's up to potential victims to change their behavior is usually criticized as victim blaming. So, guys, they're trying to say that the RSO is victim blaming. What? That is absolute clown world. And now they're trying to say, oh, it's not the predator's fault because of the societal and cultural institutional failures. Get out of here, man. You know who's responsible for predators being predators is the predators themselves, okay? They can say about institutional blah, 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 blah. No. Come on. Yet the registry is still going strong. It hasn't worked as a preventative tool. Instead, it's caught up thousands of people in a tightly woven net of legal sanctions and social stigma. They should be socially stigmatized. They should have legal sanctions. And guys, I'm sorry to say it, but these predators are not people. They're not. Absolute James says this. Just up, man. They can't control their horny level. Guys, this is infuriating. Okay? Guys, let's sidebar here. We live in a world now where everyone thinks that everyone has a story, that everyone has an excuse. Okay? Like the whole MAPS thing, how they're trying to say that instead of pedophiles, we have to use the word MAPS because it's minor attracted people. And they're trying to say that is a sexuality just like being a lesbian or being gay. That is clown world, guys. I refuse to accept that. All right? Some people, we don't need to understand their behavior. They're just evil. Okay? Anyways. Registered offenders, guys, okay, please pull out your violins here, because they obviously want us to feel bad for predators, and we don't over here, guys. Okay. One moment. Okay. Offenders are constrained by where, with whom, and how they can live, and then further constrained by harassment or shunning from their neighbors and prejudice from employers. Good. Guys, do you have your violins out yet? Hey, guys, drop a like on the stream. It really helps with the all-knowing algorithm, right? Some of the people on the registry have had their lives ruined for relatively minor or harmless offenses. Please. For example, a statutory grape case in which the victim is a high school grade younger than the offender. Well, come on, guys. Nope. Even then. Other people are like Brock Turner. The people that have committed serious crimes that are nonetheless very different from the ones that the registry was supposed to prevent, and which the registry might, in fact, make harder to fight. I have an X, man. What's going on? 2 streams in a row. What up? Okay. Is the point of the registry to punish people for what they've done, or is it to ensure that they don't do it again? Both. Okay. Offender registries were designed to protect children from pathological predators. Zachary, dude, you are correct. I bet they are. I bet whoever wrote this, I bet Dara Lind or whoever this person is probably on the registry, or like her brother or someone is on there, right? The laws governing America's offender registries, the Jacob Werdeling Act and Megan's Law and the Adam Walsh Act, are all named to children who are victims of violent crimes. Adam Walsh and Megan Conca were both raped and deleted by adult men. Those were the exact snearios the registries were supposed to prevent by allowing not only law enforcement, but parents and others to know if the offenders lived or worked nearby. Makes sense. Like a lot of other what seemed like a good idea at the time, tough on crime laws, the offender regime was built under Bill Clinton, and just as other tough on crime laws relied on stereotypes like child super predator like Megan's Law. The predator panic has been raging since the earliest, and it should. We should panic about this. When several communities around the U.S. got caught up in allegations of widespread child SA at school, it thrived on the anxieties of the middle class and suburban parents. According to stereotype, predators preyed exclusively and deliberately on children, and most importantly, were pathological about it. Here we go. It's worth so registries. Wait, in lawmakers' eyes, offenders could not be reformed. The only thing that the government could do was help the public protect itself. Facts, because they can't be reformed. Guys, let me know in the chat if you think that any of these predos can be reformed, because I don't. It's worth noting that most offenses are still committed against minors, partially because there are more crimes involving minors that count as these types of offenses. But the definition of offender, both legally and popularly, covers not just people victimize children, but a wide degree of crimes involving sex, including SA and rape. Regardless of what kind of offense is committed, all perpetrators end up on the same list. Unbelievable. Look at this. Being a registered offender often means the public has a right to know who you are and where you live. Of course, they should. They should. Jameson says, I think we need to err on the side of caution in favor of ours. Says, last thing that we want is for them to feel victimized. Facts. Matter of fact, guys, we're going to do this article in parts, okay? But I have a video that I want to share first, all right? And look at this. Let's switch this here. Has Tennessee's offender registry gone too far? Please. I'm going to drop the link for anyone who wants to come up. Don't be shy, guys. Let me know what your opinion on the RSO is, on the RSO list, because I'm all for it, guys. I'm all for it. And I do not believe that anyone that anyone should be able to do this and not be tracked, okay? And I'm not going to try and, have some, oh, wow, people that have victimized kids deserve some type of, no, they don't deserve anything. Once they victimize kids, then they have basically given up their rights, right? Okay, so let's get into this.
This is the same argument that saw 2 people in Tennessee removed from the registry last year.
What?
News Channel 5 investigative reporter Levi Ismail is digging into this argument and why even judges are calling these restrictions unconstitutional. Levi.
Well, first things first, we're not trying to convince you on whether or not this person committed the crime that landed them here. This is about a system that retroactively punishes people even after they've done their time. People who rarely speak up because, let's face it, they avoid being seen until now.
Oh, guys, here, cry me a river, please, right?
When the sun sets in Nashville, we're left with shadows. This is when you're most likely to see Thomas.
You got 15 minutes to get in and get on out there when they lock the doors.
He keeps to himself, which is why most grocery store runs are when there's hardly anyone around. Thomas seems to think it's safer that way, so for now we'll stick with first names. This is life as he's known it for years. Widowed, in his 60s, and led by faith.
Teach me the way, O Lord. The Lord is my light and my salvation.
While faith may have seen him through tough times, it's family that's given him something to live for.
And I'm trying to get to know my kids so I get to know my grandkids, but my past was standing in the way.
We don't hear from people like Thomas all that often because once you find out he's been on the sex offender registry almost as long as it's been around, we understand he's not the easiest person to want to relate to. But imagine this: being convicted of a crime, given a punishment for that crime, and having that punishment change year after year.
I get frustrated, believe that, and it's a hurting feeling. It makes me cry. It throws me back to when I first got charged with this.
So, how do you think his victim feels, guys? How about that? His life will never be the same again. But how do you think his victim feels, guys? This is such fucking bullshit. I usually try to not swear on these things. This is such bullshit, you guys. What is going on? At what point do they expect us to actually feel bad? Come on, man. Clown world.
Thomas was accused of rape by a now deceased family friend 27 years ago in 1995. They were neighbors in Nashville at the time.
Get somebody to listen to me.
When you hear from him now, Thomas will tell you he's innocent, which we're not trying to prove or ask you to believe. What we know is that Thomas pleaded guilty in exchange for a lighter sentence. But nothing in this transcript from all those years ago said anything about the sex offender registry.
As God is.
If he was innocent, I'm telling you guys, never, ever, 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 ever plead guilty to something that you didn't do. Okay? If you didn't do it, lawyer up. You guys fight it the whole time. But this whole pleading out, they're counting on you pleading out. Ashley's in the house. Skunks is in the house. Luna's in the house. What's going on? What's going on? Guys, I don't mean to swear. I was swearing a little bit earlier because they expect me to feel bad for predators that are on the RSO, on the sex offenders list. I don't. I refuse to.
Was my witness. That was never told to me.
At the time, Thomas was told to report once a year, pay an annual fee, and tell TBI where he lived, what he drove, and where he worked. He couldn't live near a park, a school, or anywhere children could reasonably be, even though his crime had nothing to do with children.
He didn't tell me that. If he had told me that, no, I'm not going to take this.
But there was no arguing this point. Thomas was now a sex offender. The registry at the time was written so Thomas could appeal to take his name off the list by 2014. So why is he still on the list in 2022? Because Tennessee lawmakers made sure Thomas would be there for life.
So you're branded for life with no way to get off, no remedy anywhere, and it's debilitating.
I don't care.
Nashville defense attorney David Rabin has at least 3 cases where he...
Guys, I don't care. Okay? This guy should have known better. He should have known better. He shouldn't have pled guilty to something that he didn't do. And guys, I don't care. Okay? I want, if a person victimizes anyone in this way, Zachary, that might be true, but I don't care. I don't, you know what I mean?
Argues his clients should be taken off the registry because lawmakers piled on more penalties after they were already convicted.
The Constitution says you cannot enact what's known as an ex post facto law. You cannot make it illegal to do something today, which you've already done 2 years ago.
There were at least 16 changes between the 1994 law and 2003.
Yikes.
Each change often meant another restriction for those on the registry, to the point where lawmakers realized there were so many changes, it was better to write a new registry altogether. But even after that, there were at least 20 more restrictions added to this new registry over the past several years.
Yikes.
That's not fair. You're changing the rules after you've start to play the game.
Not only was the registry now open to the public, but people like Thomas now had their designations changed from sex offender to violent sex offender.
Oops.
That meant now having to report 4 times a year, the annual fee more than doubled, and failure to pay or report within 48 hours meant
you're going
a
to jail.
felony instead of a misdemeanor. There was no working or living within 1,000 feet of a school, daycare, or park. But most importantly for Thomas, this new label meant you were now on the registry for life.
More and more courts are saying, wait a minute, we've gone beyond just mere registration.
Like just last year, when a U.S. District Court judge ordered 2 Tennessee men be removed from the registry because the court said all these changes created an unconstitutional punishment.
Clown
A
world.
few months later, another man sued the state after being forced into Tennessee's registry for a 1993 conviction in Illinois. Records showed he had already completed his full sentence before moving to Tennessee, but had to register as a sex offender here anyway.
If you've been convicted of a sex offense in another state, even if you're not on the registry in that other state, and you come into Tennessee for 48 hours, you're now you must register here, and you're on the registry potentially for life.
Raven says this isn't about creating exceptions for everyone on the list. It's about
Sure, it's not.
light at the end of a dark place for those who watch the rules change around them and the hope that one day they can leave those shadows behind.
It's been over 20 years. The Lord tell you to wait and be patient. That's what I do. That's the only thing I have.
Guys, I'm telling you, I don't feel bad for him. I don't. You shouldn't put yourself in this situation in the first place. Okay. So every state, as required by federal law, keeps a database of people living in the state that have been convicted of these types of offenses. Every state puts at least some of that database online for the public to check. States vary in terms of how many offenders are publicly listed and how much information is provided. In California, for example, someone who committed assault with intent to rape gets, like Brock Turner, gets his name, picture, and the town where he's living listed on the site, but not his address. In some states and cities, police officers are allowed or required to notify the neighbors whenever a new offender moves into the neighborhood. When they aren't, neighbors often step up to do the job and often encourage the person to move elsewhere. It's theoretically illegal to use the registry to discriminate against offenders in things like housing or jobs, but there's an exception if you're protecting the safety of a person at risk. Offenders are also required to change their registration within a few days of moving elsewhere or changing jobs. This guy, he violated the registry. So laws can make it impossible for offenders to find housing or get a job years after they've completed their sentences. Guys, I don't feel bad at all. I don't. I do not feel bad for these guys. I just don't. Okay, because offenders are still characterized as child predators, states and cities commonly ban them from living within certain distance of schools, parks, daycares, or other places children may gather. As of 2010, 27 states have passed some form of residency restriction on offenders. Hundreds of cities have done the same. San Diego, federal judge ruled that California's residency restriction law was unconstitutional. Residency restrictions consume huge swathes of urban and suburban San Diego. Restrictions cover more than 97% of the multifamily housing, like apartment buildings and long resident hotels. So the places where offenders who don't have families or earn enough to live tend to live. Look, a group of offenders protest a local law barring them from places like fast food restaurants and libraries. So they're protesting for McDonald's, right? We don't get we want our Big Macs. We can't go to KFC, you know? Cam, what's going on, man? Happy Friday.
Hey, sorry, I'm technically supposed to be working right now.
Oh, no worries,
so
bro.
I'm like back and forth, but happy Friday.
No worries, man. All right. In California, for example, there are 239 mandatory restrictions on offenders. Most again have to do with children. Okay. States of all sorts pass restrictions like this on people with criminal records. Individually, they often make sense, or at least they are objectionable. The problem is in the aggregate. They end up making it much more difficult for ex-offenders to earn a living and reintegrate into their communities. Because the offender registry is right there in the public eye. It's more likely to be the target of collateral consequences than most. Guys, please tell me when I'm supposed to feel bad here, okay? They said that offenders can't work in public parks. They can't live an adopted child. They can't enter school grounds. They can't live in facilities for the chronically ill. They can't drive tow trucks, and they can't sell hearing aids. Of course, it's legal for employers to refuse to hire them, even when there's no law mandating it. In 2014, a study of offenders in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Texas, more than half of the offenders said that they lost a job due to their status. One said that he got a call from employer telling him never to send them a resume again. Let me see. The purpose of the registry is to use social stigma to buttress the law, which can often tip over into harassment. Facts. Absolute facts. That's true. And that's how it should be. It's legal for people to use the registries for harassment, but they're encouraged to use them for social stigma. Look at that. 40% of offenders have been harassed in person. Many have gotten harassing mail or phone calls. Well, you should think about that before you victimize people in this way. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I have another video here. Let's go over here.
You know, if they really want to take the registry down, they should hire the people at YouTube.
I know, right? That's so true. That is so true, man. Okay, now let's listen to this knucklehead here talk about how hard it is to be on the registry. Right? Come on.
It's been miserable. It's been hell.
Oh.
56-year-old Stephen McIntyre was put on Maine's sex offender registry after pleading guilty to sexual assault in 1997. McIntyre says he had to register with police every 90 days.
How do you think his victim feels? How do you think her life is, or her, his, whoever, that their life is, right? This guy, my life is so hard, it'll never be the same again. How do you think your victim feels? Guys, I don't feel bad for these people. I just don't. To me, they're barely even people.
Going to the store and getting his photo taken.
What's up, man?
You know, you'd be walking in the store and that's that guy I saw on the sex offender webpage. You know, it's kind of humiliating because, you know, a little town like this, you don't have many places to go.
His latest address, this lot, living in this van. He's tried to get...
Is it a van down by the river?
Isn't that a pedo's home away from home? As a van?
Seriously, man, he might as well just spray paint free ice cream on the side of that thing.
Yeah, they won't open the door. There, a bunch of candy will come pouring out like a piñata.
Oh man, look at that! Is that not like the creepiest thing you've ever seen, man? Oh, because of course he lives in there, right? Man.
Help too, attending sex offender therapy groups at this church in Brunswick.
It's like anything. You got to have, you know, you got to admit it. You got to admit that you failed. Your problems. I have problems. We all have problems.
But he was later removed from.
Oh, don't drag us into this.
Clown world.
We all have problems.
Fucking bullshit. I swear, guys. I swear to God. Fucking bullshit. This fucking guy. Guys, these people. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, and there are people that honestly think they think that they're helping society by helping these pieces of trash, and it's so sad. It's so sad that there's these people that are trying to make it seem that are trying to push for this, and what happens is that they think that they're doing this just righteous thing, and these people, I guarantee, people like this guy are going to be out there victimizing people again.
A million-pound load off my shoulders.
But now he's at the Two Bridges Regional Jail, accused of breaking into a bathwoman's home and exposing himself.
There you go.
He's also accused of being...
There you go. There you go. Right there. So wait, he does all this to fight to get off the RSO, and then he ends up breaking into a woman's house and exposing himself. And he was just like, "Oh man, I'm so hard up." Well, apparently you needed to be on the RSO, you moron. Guys, dude, guys, please, someone say something. Because I don't get it. I do not get it, guys. And what's funny is, people who say this stuff, wait till it's their son or their daughter or their sister or their brother that gets victimized by one of these people, and we'll see how much that they want to lower the penalties and stuff. You know, come on.
Being a peeping Tom, accused of being a peeping Tom himself. He's also accused of being a peeping Tom, recording videos of people through their windows, including some at Bowdoin College.
False arrest, false imprisonment.
McIntyre claims police targeted him because of his criminal record.
You know, mine's now pretty heavily scarred.
But why was McIntyre
pretty heavily scarred?
Be careful. This guy identifies as a victim. They may boot the stream for victim shaming.
I know, right? His surgery scar. Did he drive in his car?
Now you didn't say sky.
But why was McIntyre
pretty heavily scarred?
But why was McIntyre taken off the registry in the first place? The legislature has changed rules several times, affecting if and when sex offenders must register and just how long they're kept on.
I think we have to keep them in the system.
State Senator Bill Diamond chaired the state's Criminal Justice and Public Safety Committee while the registry underwent significant changes.
The sex offender registry that we had in Maine was in bad shape. We learned that we had a lot of holes in that.
Who does this guy look like? Who does he look like?
Mickey Rooney? Oh no.
He looks like the dude from Will and Grace. Who's that guy? Leslie Allen Jordan. No, does he?
Oh, he passed away recently.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe not. I lied. Never mind. Yeah, he does. There we go. Just a little bit, right? Maybe if he was younger, you could see that he looks a little bit different. He looks like him. But anyways, I digress.
A wall to protect everybody.
Like finding where sex offenders live and work in just a matter of clicks.
People have a right to know who these serious offenders are.
But that wasn't the case when McIntyre was convicted in 1997. It's one change that's affected sex offenders retroactively. New requirements that weren't there when those offenders were sentenced.
Ooh.
The changes have spawned dozens of lawsuits. Since the registry began in 1992, about 3,600 people have been removed or they are no longer required to register.
Clown world.
One of them, Stephen McIntyre.
That was my last transaction.
McIntyre is now fighting his latest accusations from his jail cell. He says he'll always be known as a sex offender and claims that's why he was arrested on these latest charges.
I didn't do it. I was at the bar.
You don't have to believe me, but you ought to understand that there are two sides to a story.
State officials say they couldn't give us data about who's been taken off, saying those records aren't kept.
Ivan, that's true. He does look like a tall version of Kevin Westerbeck. That's true. That's actually absolutely true. Luna's in the house. What's going on, my friend?
I missed a lot of the stuff you've been watching, but what's going on?
Oh, so talking about people that are against the registered sex offender list. They're against the whole concept of it. Do you guys have that in Germany, where if someone does things to kids, they're on a registry?
Probably yes. Like, there probably is.
It says Germany does not have a nationwide registration system. A number of states have developed a offender file whose acronym is HEADS in order to better track offenders after their release.
I have no idea how the system in Germany works, so maybe yes, maybe no. No idea.
This person's saying, "Do you realize how easy it is to get stuck on the offender list in Germany?" Guys,
Me.
I don't care. It's like, think about how hard. Like, it's not hard to stay off any of these lists. I mean, seriously. I mean, just don't victimize people. Don't put yourself in situations. Come on, dude, guys. I try to have a. Whoa. Why Germany allows certain offenders to go unpunished? Wait a minute. What's going on here? When dozens of men allegedly, come on, essayed.
Is this Riverside, Germany? Or excuse me, Long Beach, Germany?
Long Beach, Germany. That's what I was gonna say. Oh man! So when dozens of men allegedly essayed women at the main train station in Cologne, Germany, on New Year's Eve, German Chancellor Angela Merkel demanded a tough response and called the incident disgusting. What is disgusting in German, Luna? I don't know it.
Eklig.
Eklig?
Schrecklich.
Oh, schrecklich. Okay.
Yeah.
That does sound disgusting.
I know. Gesundheit.
Yeah, danke.
Oh man! Experts say that in the past, legal loopholes have allowed offenders to escape punishment in Germany. What? So far, the German law governing these types of offenses is far from being modern, and I assume that it will stay like this with a conceivable future. A German lawyer specializing in sex crimes. Clem and other what is it? Christina Clem. Clem and others say that German law makes it impossible to prosecute some offenders. What? So the main problem, they say, is that the country's criminal code considers a person a victim if he or she tried to defend themselves. What?
Yeah, that's a problem. Yes, exactly.
Wait.
That I know of.
The right of.
I think Bill Cosby is going to move to Germany.
But
and R. Kelly too, right? Okay. Anyways, so the main problem, they say, is that the country's criminal code considers a person a victim if he or she tried to defend. Are they trying to say only if they tried to defend themselves? They left out a word. So the main problem, they say, is that the country's criminal code considers a person a victim only if he or she tried to defend themselves. Hence, the right of self-determination of that kind is only protected if one defends it. For instance, if a woman is SA but does not try to defend herself, the courts will be unable to find the offender guilty. What the fuck?
Yeah, that I knew of that one. Yeah, that's a problem. Actually, I would say the police here. So interesting thing, the Germans are, especially the older ones, I think, are kind of afraid of the police, but also, like, the police doesn't care so much either. So it's weird. So I don't want to dox myself, but I live in a very small town, like very, very small. And there was a thief problem we had. So it's so small that most people already know what the thief looks like. And one of the ladies that I know came face to face with the thief as he was stealing her crap. So and like she literally called the police, and the police was like, well, there's nothing we can do. Can you prove that this is yours? And she was like, yeah, he's the thief. And they were like, oh well.
Well,
is
this is why in America, that people have baseball bats and different types of firearms in their homes. Because here's the funniest part about that, guys. That varies from state to state. So, like in Texas, If you're
Oh
on
boy.
someone's property and you don't belong there, oh Nelly, dude, they can do pretty much anything to you and you're fine. But then states like Washington State or California, you can get sued if you injure the person that's on your property that shouldn't be there. It's crazy. So
That's why everybody has cameras now.
yeah, seriously. But I remember there was a case in Dallas. This little Vietnamese lady, these two dudes broke into her house, man, and she went John Wick all over her. You just see bullets start flying, and she was like, "Well, they were on my property. Well, how do you feel?" She's like, "Yeah, it's just unfortunate because now I got to get a new door. I have to rehang my chandelier, because of the bullets." But
And like the Vietnamese already like have the experience of that, so she was probably ready. Like, come on, man, let's do this. But
my friend's mom. So my friend is half Korean and half Mexican, and his mom was a Korean taekwondo champion, like a taekwondo champion in Korea. So you got to be good. And these two guys tried to like mug her at a gas station, and she went Kya.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, dude, like for the most part, men fighting women is a done deal. But if a person's almost world champion martial artist, things could change. But he has the actual newspaper clipping. And she said that she subdued both of the attackers until the police came.
So she defended herself?
Basically.
Yeah.
Oh, then they can arrest her perpetrators then.
It says, if a victim only cries or shouts, but does not physically defend him or herself, forcing someone to have involuntary relations is not illegal. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a problem. I've heard of that. So, yikes!
Absolutely.
Yikes on bikes.
Clown world.
Yeah.
Luna, please learn Taekwondo.
Please, or some jiu-jitsu, or like carry some. I would say pepper spray, man. The old hot sauce. You get anyone in the face with hot sauce, and that's it, dude.
You guys forget something though. I told you guys multiple times. My family was a military family, so.
That means Luna's got one of those piano wires, the garrote wires around the throat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So no, but all right. Okay. Registries don't do what they're supposed to do. Policy making is always a trade-off. Ain't that the truth? The question is, the benefits are worth the risks? The intended benefit of the offender registries was supposed to be for greater protection of children. Guys, I want to go back to this first sentence. I mean, this paragraph here, right? Let me know what you guys think of this. Okay. In other words, the registry's 1990s tool is with a 1990s sensibility. If criminals can't control their criminal urges, law-abiding citizens must modify their own behavior to prevent crime. Here you go. 20 years later, the focus on these types of crimes has shifted from the essay of children to essay and rape. The idea that criminals cannot control their behavior has been replaced by attention to the cultural and institutional failures that allow grapes to happen and go unpunished. There we go again with all this systematic cultural foolishness, guys. No. There's no excuse for this. No. None. People always want to try and say, the reason why these people do this is because it's because there are just some plain old evil people in the world. And I don't care what their story is. I don't care what happened in their childhood. I don't care about any of that stuff. And I honestly think, guys, and let me know if you guys agree, anyone who victimizes kids, especially, look, he's got an offender card. That's not the type of membership card you want. I wonder if they give them Dakota rings. But anyways, I think that anyone that victimizes kids should get a murder charge. Honestly, because you are literally deleting the person that child could have been. They will never ever be able to be the full person that they ever could have been because of the trauma from that event. What do you guys think?
Well, I definitely agree. Like most of the I mean, sometimes it goes so bad that some kids even become like uh I don't want to say bad people, but sometimes they
Yeah.
become these as well. So
Yep.
it goes both sides. Either the kid is so traumatized that they go completely bad, or they get years of like psychological help. It's really messed up. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, here we go. Okay. Few registered offenders go on to commit another crime. BS. Come on. Studies have estimated their recidivist rates are between 5 and 15%. Yeah, right. A lot of them probably just don't get caught because they've learned more. What sounds high but is low compared to other crimes. Barring offenders from living near children, for instance, doesn't stop the recidivists from recidivating. And most new convictions involve people who aren't offenders. So we know more about these types of crimes now than policymakers did in '96. The strange endangered child focused predator isn't as common as people think. That is not true. SA at the hands of intimate partners and family members is far more common. And there's evidence that strict registry laws might make victims less likely to report their relatives as abusers. Okay. So the risks, on the other hand, have been huge. It's not exaggeration that the combination of legal restrictions and social stigma destroys lives. Guys, who cares? I'm glad. Yeah, bravo. It's supposed to. Strange Happening says, up until recently in France, there was no age of consent. What? That is clown world. That, I hope that's not true. Wait, I don't know if I'm going to Google that or not.
It's true. Yeah, Google it. You'll see a bunch of news articles about when they.
I'm going to say, I'll end up on the registry here, so if I keep Googling this stuff.
Gotta use that DuckDuckGo, you know what I mean?
Jameson, what was it that I was going to Google and I was right about the internet? I'm like, oh, no.
Wasn't it chocolate ding dongs or something like that?
Something, yeah. I think it was like chocolate ding dongs. Like, oh, no, can't do that.
Yeah, I've had to Google some terrible, terrible things.
Oh, man.
That's what a VPN is for.
France. It says 2021, they finally set the age of consent at 15.
So there's
Pepe Le Pew
7-year-olds that were raped, and the perpetrator got off.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, Pepe Le Pew makes a lot of sense now.
All right, where were we? Okay, so one morning during her junior year, Leah Dubuque returned to her room for psychology class to find a yellow post-it on her door. We know you are an offender. Get out of here. You aren't wanted here. She tore it up and told no one. A few days later, she sat in her room. She heard a ping from her AOL. The sender was anonymous. We know you are an offender. Get out. She no longer felt safe in her dorm, but in order to rent out her own apartment, she'd need decent income. She had applied for jobs that interested her, working with the homeless, helping out in an urban ministry, and then McDonald's. Her who? Let's see if I can Google this first. Let's see. Who is this person? Let's see. Give me a second, guys. Okay, here we go. New Jersey case raises questions about Megan's laws. Legislators in states across the country rushed to enact laws to register offenders after horrific cases that involved the abuse of youngsters. Youngsters? Who puts that in the... Seriously? At the hands of adults. But laws have also been applied to cases that don't seem to fit the mold of predators who deserve a host of restrictions, often for the rest of their lives. Just last week, 2 New Jersey boys were 14 at the time of the offense that some have labeled as horseplay, learned that they must register for life on the RSO. What? You guys ready for this? The cases involved 2 New Jersey teens, now 16, who held down a couple of 12-year-old boys and placed their bare buttocks on their faces. Oh no, dude! Oh no! Oh no, guys! Looks like you gotta watch who and how you haze. You know what I mean? An appellate court has judged the incident to be roughhousing with sexual connotation. That the register in the RSO for the rest of their lives and can only apply in 15 years. Okay. So the boys' case had initially gone to trial where they were found guilty of criminal lewd behavior. So when asked to explain their behavior, one boy told the judge, "I did it because I thought it was funny, and I was trying to get my friends to laugh." The second boy pled guilty and got the same charges. Okay, so where does this come in? Who's this woman they're talking about? Okay, here we go. Leah Dubuque. Dubuque? I don't know. DJ, what's up, man? Guys, once again, be sure to subscribe to all the TCAP content creators channels. So like DJ B has a channel. Ludi has his, and then there's Stacy Babs, Joey TCAP, all those guys. Please, like and subscribe over there, because YouTube takes our videos down. It really, 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 really sucks. Okay. So just show your support any way that you can. And guys, drop a like on the stream. The Cash App at the bottom. Just letting you guys know for anyone who wants to donate. And yeah, guys, here we go. She was convicted of criminal conduct at age 12 after she and her 2 stepbrothers, 8 and 5, flashed each other and simulated sex while clothed. What? Hold on. Wait. At age 12, after she and her 2 stepbrothers, 8 and 5, flashed each other and simulated sex while clothed, she told the court she engaged in sexual conduct with her brothers, but later said she lied about that part in order to get away from her stepmother. Well, that wasn't a smart plan. Dubuque, who's still on Megan's list, said that years after she was first put on the list, it's still overshadowing her life. She claimed that she suffered social persecution at college, was turned down for jobs and internships, was unable to attend half-sibling school events because of her conviction. She said, although since that time she's worked teaching English abroad, volunteered at a homeless shelter, she can't escape her stigma. It was stupid child's play, she says, and now I'm on the list until I'm 37.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I just want to say, I felt bad for saying a few minutes ago, like, kids can become bad people or something. But what I meant is actually that thing you just read there. Like, molesting young children is already bad, but when you get that in your own house, That's even worse. Like
Yeah.
your home is the like the, how can I say, the safe zone you expect to be, right?
Yeah.
And when you get that in your house, sometimes some kids grow up thinking that is actually a correct thing. That's what I actually wanted to say.
Well, I want to say that there are people who are abused, and then they become abusers.
Exactly, that's what I meant.
You know
So
what I mean?
I felt bad just a few minutes ago. Maybe I didn't just convey my thoughts right, because you know, my first language is not English, but basically that's what I meant, because some people grow up and think that is right, especially if they didn't get the therapy they needed, and then they do the same things. That's the problem, actually.
Yeah. Let's see this here.
I mean, we're absolutely nothing illegal here.
All right. This is new owner of Lily's Pizza in Durham is offender. And look, this first comment. Let's not forget that several federal judges have ruled parts of the offender registry unconstitutional. So the man is trying to put his life back together. Here you go. And for once, I hear a story about an offender without a victim. Yeah, I get the fact that there could have been a victim, but luckily this man was caught. So was he caught like a TCAP style sting? Come on, dude. No. See, people think that this look, guys, here, let me search my pockets for some sympathy.
Well, I hear the large pizzas there are about the same size and price as the small.
That's hilarious. Okay, here we go.
We're just trying to live our lives and do what we love doing.
A popular pizza restaurant in Durham is under new ownership. One of the new owners of Lily's Pizza is a registered sex offender.
Now, some people in the community are calling for a boycott of the business. CBS 17's Kelly Kennedy went to get answers and actually spoke with the new owner today. And Kelly,
I can't hear you. Your dress is too loud. She's wearing like that hot pink dress. Wow.
The sun's reflecting off it.
I know, right? Even she can't even see. Look at how she's squinting.
Jamie Greaves is one of the owners of this Durham pizza shop, and he's also a registered sex offender.
Oops.
Now, I wanted to know if it was illegal for a registered sex offender to own a restaurant in North Carolina. Here's what I found out. When the news broke that this popular Durham pizza place was changing hands, it didn't take long for people to start talking about it on social media.
No.
Then it came out that one of the co-owners of Lily's Pizza, James Greaves, is a registered sex offender.
Hello, James. I'm Chris Hansen, and we're doing a story on adults.
So apparently you brought her Supreme with pineapple pizza.
Let me pin this here, guys. Guys, be sure to drop a like on this stream. And yeah, and
many people posting on social media say they plan to boycott the shop.
We all make mistakes. Unfortunately, mine was fairly significant and is all over the internet.
Other people say they don't think a sex offender should be allowed.
okay, so heads up to anyone wanting to go to Peabody's Pizza Place, formerly Lily's Pizza Place in downtown Durham. The new owner is a registered offender. I encountered him via the dating app OkCupid, and so have at least 2 other women that I know of. All encounters have been within the past 6 months. He was convicted in January 2019, and we've all had the same interaction, which is he's super creepy. I don't know why they let a registered offender open a restaurant within walking distance of Durham School of Arts when the victim's age was 14. So she just wanted to make everyone aware. I don't know, me and my kiddo won't be going there. Wow.
Allowed to own a restaurant within walking distance of Durham School for the Arts.
I'm not the monster the internet has made me out to be.
According to state law, Greaves isn't doing anything illegal. I learned sex offenders cannot live within 1,000 feet of a school or go within 300 feet of any place where children are known to gather. Durham School for the Arts is a little less than a mile away from the pizza shop.
That's just my God.
Crazy. Okay, speaking of that, I think that we already went over this before about pizza topics. I did a thing on my previous video about Argentinian pizza.
Oh yeah.
It's so good. Images. Yeah, there we go. That's some good stuff right there. Right there. Olives on the top. That's what I'm talking about. Man, oh man, oh man. Up with the egg on it. That's good too. Guys, don't knock it until you try it. It's good, good, good. Yes, Argentine pizza. That's what I'm talking. Oh, classic pizza styles types made around the world. Let me see here. Okay. Okay, so this is the kind with olives. Come on. Was it? Yeah, olives. Cheese, onions, olives, and ham. And this is from Poland. Look at that. Look at that. Zapiekanka? I guess. All right, here we go. It's got a baguette with mushrooms and cheese, but instead of tomato sauce, it has ketchup. So open-faced pizza sandwich. Huh. So there's olives. I see some olives in there. Huh. Of course, the French stuff doesn't look very good. Guys, I don't really like French food, man. You know.
But that looks nice. I don't know.
Really? That's a lot of onions and stuff. Hold on, let me see.
I guess I'm too Turkish.
Caramelized onions and small pieces of fatty pork. And then it says you can do raw onions instead of caramelized onions or raw bacon. What? Norwegian pizza.
You mean the country with no age of consent makes horrible pizza?
Flat says French pizza with snails. Hey, Slash, I like egg on pizza, man. That's good. Eggs on hamburgers are good too. Norway and the Scandinavian neighbors are often associated with progressive politics and the level of infrastructural efficiency people in the U.S. can only aspire to. Given their reputation, they've developed a new type of oven to completely revolutionize pizza. Okay, hold on. So they have tomato sauce, ham, Jarlsberg cheese, and paprika. Huh. No thanks. What is this? Look at that, guys. What? All right, guys. Take a guess. What do you think is on here?
Calamari.
You think so? Was it calamari?
I'm guessing.
Yeah, that looks like calamari, but I'm not sure.
Onions and
Calamari and peppers. Yeah. Onions.
Oh yeah, lahmacun is there too. Yeah.
What's that?
Lahmacun from Turkey, right there.
Because with bread dough. What? No, a Spanish flatbread that comes from Catalonia. Coca of bread dough that's rolled out flat and topped with whatever you prefer. The classic is sausage and vegetables. You can also get the sweet one that has candied fruits and pine nuts. What? Clown world, man. Ooh, that looks good.
I love this so much.
What is on this, Luna?
Oh, that does look good.
Look at that.
It isn't quite pizza, but it's basically minced meat with some, I don't know, onions, etc., etc. They make it kind of like a sauce, and they put it over, and then you can fill it with salad if you wish. Then you roll it and then eat it, and it's so delicious. I love it so
Like,
much.
That's what I'm
like a
talking.
flatbread burrito.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, kind of.
man, that's what I'm talking about. What? Oh, what is that? That looks like someone took cat food.
Oh, yeah, that I know too. That is also delicious.
It looks good though. But
Yeah.
I was saying, what is that? Thyme, oregano, sesame seeds, cheese, and meat.
Yeah, it's basically kind of like lahmacun, but a bit more stiff, I guess.
That bulgogi pizza. That's dude. Koreans. Okay, okay. Koreans, because they've been like they've had American influence for so long. Koreans make some of the best fried chicken. Look, I happen to be a connoisseur of fried chicken. So I can say that but they have a lot of like drunk people food. Like if you know Koreans, man, when they go out, they go out. You know what I'm saying? And they have a lot of really, really, really good foods like this. Bulgogi pizza. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Anyways, I
Oh, no
digress.
Japanese pizza? I guess. Well, it's not quite pizza, so I'm not sure.
Well, anything that you want, like deep fried or cheesy or whatever, that's probably Korea because a lot of other Asian places don't do cheese like the Koreans do. So
Yeah, true. I mean, there's a thing called Japanese pizza, but it isn't actually quite pizza. So it's called okonomiyaki if you want to look it up. Can you write it?
I'm gonna try it.
Did you get the spelling from that, AJ?
Oh, first try. What? What? Who's this guy? First try.
Yeah. Yeah, that one.
Look at that.
That is so delicious. I love it so much.
Man, that is so good.
You're a brave man. Typing in that word could have brought up some bizarre sex act we never heard of.
I know. Yeah, you're telling
Yeah.
me. My guys, so my fiance is Korean, and she makes the best food. Well, she can cook. She cooks everything, right? But anything Korean that she makes, it's so good, so good. And we have like H Mart. It's like an Asian market, that's like across town from us. We go there, and we buy buy stuff, and I'm always like, hey, is it racist if I ask you to cook Korean food tonight?
Yeah, I mean, why not though? Because it's Korean food is super delicious. So
It is. And her brother is like my size. He's like the largest Asian man that I've ever met in my life. He's like 6'3" and like 250 pounds. It's crazy. So, okay, let's go back here. Okay, so registries put the burden on everyone else to protect themselves. No, it just makes people aware. You know what I mean? Like awareness is always good. This is such bullshit.
can I say something?
Yeah.
Maybe this will sound a bit harsh, or maybe not, because I mean, who are we talking about, right? But I don't think these guys have any things to redeem themselves. Even if they become even if they stay away from kids forever, I don't know, open up a pizza shop or whatever. I don't know. I don't see them as redeemable as other situations, I guess. I mean, if you have in your heart to hurt a child, then you're a terrible person. I don't know.
But what if they make a great Turkish pizza?
I don't care. I don't care.
Guys, okay, now let's look here, all right? And I'm not trying to get political, all right? But look, they're trying to connect the dots and say that the offender registry destroys LGBTQ rights. Think about how crazy that statement is. Think about, guys. Anyways, I saw this article, guys, and I almost lost my shit. Okay, like, guys, I grew up in Seattle, so I have a lot of friends that are like, LGBTQ, and they don't do things to children. Okay, all right, and just the idea, I don't understand. I just don't understand this.
And
No.
like I find it absolutely funny when like these kind of people think like they're part of the LGBTQ community.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
dude, you're not.
yeah. That whole maps thing. Minor attracted people. There's the people saw what this community is doing to to be progressive and get more rights. And I really think the opportunistic perverts have tried to co-opt. I mean, have tried to jump on this, man. Absolutely insane. There was another article about this. Hold on.
How is that political?
What's that?
You said you didn't want to get political. How is that political?
I don't know. Someone will say something. I just feel like anyone that makes that statement, I feel like that says that that we should ban the RSO because it affects LGBT people. Is like assuming that they do that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you connect those two
Yeah.
dots?
They must be deviant. They must be deviants, right?
Yeah. Absolute clown world, man. I don't understand. Anyways, they have findings here, but I don't want to look at this crap, dude. What a joke. We're here. Let's go back to a knucklehead McGee over here.
Parents who say they're concerned, they don't want to let their kids go here. What do you say to those people who are worried?
I have never been inappropriate like that, and
I do not do this stuff. The Flumpsy Dumpster. What's up, man? Oh man. Oh yeah. Hey, can I shout all you guys out here? I'm gonna drop the link to the Discord, right? And guys, thanks to all you guys in the Discord, because we've always, we haven't had any craziness or foolishness. I probably just jinxed it, but we have nothing but fun in the Discord. So just thanks to all you guys for being awesome in the Discord. So here is the link to the Discord. Oops, sorry. Generate new link. Copy. Slash says that pizza place has a 4.1 rating on Google. Huh.
hold true to the promise to everyone that it will not happen again.
Grieve says last year he was on a dating website and started chatting with someone online.
Was he on Hanson versus Predator? I mean, on Takedown? You know what I mean?
He admits the person told him she was underage. According to reports, the person Greaves was chatting with claimed to be a 14-year-old girl.
I know right from wrong. I know what I should have done in the situation. I've never done anything like this in my life.
Guys, can you imagine Chris Hansen standing right there? And let's just hear what he says. Imagine that he's sitting on a chair in a house in the middle of Ohio, okay?
Anything like this in my life before.
Turns out the 14-year-old girl was actually
So you've never done this before.
under.
I hear that a lot.
Was convicted and put on the registry last January.
It doesn't wash. It doesn't wash. It is really sunny out there. Look at her eyes open. What? Where?
Now, Greaves is not the only owner of this restaurant. He has 3 partners, and he tells me they do plan on renaming the restaurant. He says he's hopeful the community will give him a chance.
Are they going to name it Stanley? Stanley's Pizza? Oh, man. Oh, man. There was one more here. Hold on. Let me see. There's one more. And I don't feel bad for any of these people that say that they're on the registry and it's hard for them.
yeah, I keep telling you, like, these people don't deserve redemption. I don't know, like, they're okay. Look, when I was in university, one of the people that was in the what is it called, cantina?
Yeah.
We turn out to a safety alert and
Was actually someone who was in jail before because of murdering someone. Okay, due to some, I don't know, family issues or something. I can't remember the situation, but like, I get that guy. Okay, like, he did some crap. He was in jail for years. He learned his lesson. Now he's integrated into society. He's living his best life. Basically, has a child. Whatever. Right? But sometimes I keep thinking about, like, there's this guy, and then there's someone who hurt a child. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a very gray situation, right? They like.
So that took place in the cantina?
I'm sorry?
That took place in the cantina?
I mean, he worked there. Like, it was.
Well, who shot first?
Oh, no. Yeah, dude,
Han Solo shot first.
dude, can I say something? So everybody was already super scared of the guy, except me, because I'm very used to like tough guys in my life, because my dad is basically a soldier. So I've seen the toughest guy I know, right? In terms of personality, I guess. So everybody's scared, and I'm like the politest human being to him. And one day he's like, "Tell me, sister, is someone bothering you?" And I'm like, "Yo, I mean, no, I don't. Nobody's bothering me." And he was like, "If someone bothers you, tell me." And I'm like, "I mean, okay, but don't kill him." That is like, oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
that's happened to us because we used to walk. Okay, so like my siblings and I were all super duper smart. So where we used to live, we used to have to, like, because we were poor, we had to lie about our address so we could go to like the gifted kids school, whatever. So we would have to walk like 20 minutes, take the city bus 25 minutes, and then take to the school bus stop. And this weirdo, he was following my sister home. So when my dad took the day off, it was like, all right, now when he starts following you, you point to who he is, right? And my sister pointed him out. Let's just say, dude ended up in the hospital, and he didn't mess with my sister again, you know? But guys, look at this. Look at that.
Mother is now officially charged. She was in court today accused of stabbing her own children and nearly trying to drown one of them.
What?
Breaking news signs Josh Albertus was in court today for that arraignment.
Jessica Edward Ricks now faces to life in prison if she is convicted, which both carry up to life in prison if she is convicted. Police were called to Edward Ricks' home in Albion on Saturday morning, where body cam footage showed police breaking down the door and finding her allegedly trying to drown a child.
What?
The child was pulled out from underwater and revived. Thankfully, the two children who were injured were set to be released from the hospital yesterday. Edward Ricks making her first court appearance earlier today to hear the charges. One of her neighbors yesterday reacted to what she saw unfold from outside the home.
I'm a mother and a grandmother, you know, and them being so young, you know, I had my 1-year-old here, my 1-year-old grandson and my 6-year-old grandson. So you can't wrap your mind around it.
Clown world. Hold on, here's actual footage. Let's see. Hopefully we don't get yeeted off of YouTube, but hold on.
The mother has stabbed her sister. We're trying to get her. We don't know where she's at.
Dang, you guys, they don't pay cops enough.
Sheriff's Department. Public safety. Got someone in here. Yep.
She doing?
No. What's going on? Stabbed it.
Jesus.
Dispatch 2706. I got a child with a stab wound in the chest.
Man,
Need
poor guy.
medical.
That poor cop, dude. That poor kid. Imagine seeing that, dude. Like, you want to talk about post-traumatic
Priority one.
stress.
I'm clear, stab wound to the chest.
Wake up, baby.
Did the child survive this?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yikes. Anyways, I don't want to watch that anymore. That's sad, dude. That is so sad. Man, oh man, oh man. That is so sad.
We turn out to
People, anyways, oh, here we go. Whoops. This was the one.
We turn out to a safety alert involving a McDonald's manager arrested for allegedly groping an underage coworker. And we
What?
learned that suspect was already a registered sex offender.
There you go.
Local 10's Janine Stanwood joins
There you go, guys. It should be one strike and you're out. I'm telling you, that'll solve all these problems.
This live from Hallandale Beach with the disturbing details. Janine. And according to Hallandale Beach police, this young employee making some disturbing allegations, and it turns out this suspect has made the news before.
No victim contact, no contact with minors, no return to the McDonald's.
Wow.
Facing a judge is Jakeem Jackson, a registered sex offender who police say worked as a shift manager at this Hallandale Beach McDonald's, accused of touching the genitals of a juvenile coworker over her clothes.
This is a month ago, guys.
According to this arrest affidavit, on Sunday, the victim said Jackson repeatedly gave her unwanted hugs at work. As she pulled away, the report states, the defendant continued to hold on to her and then touched her private area. We've reported on Jackson before. He's been on the state sex offender registry since 2020.
Wow, look at that smile. Hey, Mom! Okay, you should not be that happy to be on the RSO, man. That is crazy.
22 and on probation, having pleaded no contest after he was accused of touching a paraplegic man's genitals while working as a transit bus driver.
Wait, what?
Excuse me?
What?
Guys, please, someone make this make sense. Make this make sense, man. No way.
We went to his listed address in Lauderhill. The woman who eventually came to the door had nothing to say.
That is Mom, probably.
We wanted to see if you had a comment or if you wanted to say anything to us. No. Is there anything that you want to say? I mean, they say that it was a minor that he touched inappropriately. Tuesday night, McDonald's.
At least she gets an A+ for effort trying to do her job, right?
Providing a statement reading in part, "We are appalled by the unacceptable behavior of this former employee. Immediately after we learned about this incident, we terminated the employee and contacted the Hallandale Beach Police Department." And Local 10 has also learned that this franchise has conducted a background check. They did it in March of 2022, we're told, right at the same time or just before Jackson was registered as a sex offender. We're told that that background check came back clean. Jackson, by the way, is still behind bars. We're in Hallandale Beach. I'm Janine Stanwood, Local 10 News.
Wow. Wow. Unbelievable, man. Oh, speaking of that,
And News Channel 8's Jack Royer is live at Coleman.
guys, who heard this story? You know, good old Larry.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Someone tapped him 10 times in prison. Guys, give him a round of applause. Luna, do you know who Larry Nassar is?
I don't know. Maybe I need to see that guy too.
No, he was the guy that had been graping all the U.S. Olympic gymnasts for years.
What?
Yeah, years.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and finally, things came together, and they got him. So.
Penitentiary where Nassar has been locked up since 2018. Jack, I understand you're hearing from one of the guards there.
Yes, they attribute this to numerous factors, saying staffing shortages might have contributed. Nasser will spend the rest of his life behind bars here at Coleman Prison, but he got to see the outside of these walls for the first time since 2018 yesterday, now being treated for 10 stab wounds.
Wow.
Larry Nasser.
Darn it. Why do bad things always happen to good people?
Prison for sexually abusing female gymnasts. The disgraced doctor stabbed multiple times Sunday afternoon, according to a prison guard union representative. Twice in the neck, twice in the back, and 6 times in the chest, collapsing one of his lungs. The Bureau of Prisons wouldn't identify the prisoner involved, but tells 8 on Your Side an inmate was assaulted Sunday afternoon just after 2:30.
Well, to whoever that prisoner was that tapped him 10 times, bravo.
They got him good. Jeez.
Bravo.
I was shocked that it particularly happened to this inmate because, like I said, he's very quiet, stays to himself.
Peyton Perry is a guard at the prison.
I wonder why.
At the time, but she says major staffing shortages contributed to this attack.
No, his status of what he's done contributed to his attack. We all know, guys, that the bottom of the barrel are people who victimize kids, right? And you're gonna get got at some point.
Until we get us properly staffed, properly within our safety confines, this will happen over and over again because, as I said, the inmates are watching. They know.
Nasser has been housed at Coleman since 2018, serving decades behind bars since pleading guilty to sexually assaulting gymnasts, many underage, under the guise of medical treatment. Before over 150 victims spoke out about his abuse.
150 people, so that they know of. Unbelievable, man.
We have numerous assaults, inmate assaults. This is the first high-profile inmate assault that we've had probably this year.
The Bureau told me that this facility is 90% staffed, although the union takes issues with the way they compile those numbers tonight, telling me that they take very seriously the responsibility to protect the people in custody here. One union representative telling me this afternoon that, frankly, he is surprised that Nasser was able to survive this attack. Stacey.
So, Jack, I recall that trial, and it was a tough trial to watch. Have any of Nasser's victims spoken out about the stabbing?
One of the most prominent victims did an interview with me earlier today, which you'll see tonight on News Channel 8 at 11. She says she takes no pleasure in hearing this news today. She certainly didn't want to hear Larry Nasser's name or see his face or talk about it. But she decided to talk to us, saying today that she's glad he survived because death, in her view, would have been an easy out for Larry Nasser. Stacey.
Wow. Wow. Look at this.
Previously convicted of sexual abuse. A man previously convicted of sexual abuse pleading guilty today to another sex crime, but he won't do any more jail time.
What?
Investigative reporter Brendan Kirby live at Government Plaza.
You know what? That pisses me off so much. I don't even want to hear it. But guys, what do you guys think about the RSO and all these knuckleheads who want to end it? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I'm all for it still to this day. Oh, here it is. This is the other article. Look, Californians can petition to be removed from the RSO. Look how crazy this is. The registry, I'm sure, has catastrophic consequences for people who are on it. It affects where you're allowed to live. It affects whether you're able to get a job. It increases your likelihood that you'll experience homelessness. Please.
I don't know about that. I have a coworker on the list.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, there was an English word like if you can serve the time, don't do the crime.
Yep.
Yeah, basically this this situation.
ABC asked Senator Wiener, who is this? That's not what's his name, is it? Who's the guy Wiener that
I doubt he's a senator now.
Anyways,
That's Anthony Weiner.
Yeah.
Is this article old? Because he was a senator.
No,
he was Anthony Weiner.
Yeah, this is
He was in New York though.
Yeah, so this is another Wiener from California.
Yeah, we are living in
Yeah, guys, I went there, okay?
Don't Google that guy's name.
I know, I will not. Okay. Now, like I said, guys, look, Tammy Martin's the legislative director for Equality California, an LGBTQ civil rights organization that's helped sponsor the legislation altering the changes to the registry. Guys, this is the only time where I'm saying that I'm okay with laws being a bit draconian, laws and punishments. You know what I mean? Is when you're trying to protect kids, you know? Hold on. Where were we? The Wiener. I lost my place. Hold on. Okay. ABC asked Senator Wiener about the belief that offenders cannot be rehabilitated. Anyone can be rehabilitated with a very few exceptions, and real predators are not coming off the registry. They will be on for life, guys. That anyone can be rehabilitated. That is not true. Absolutely not true.
I agree, definitely.
Absolutely insane. So he said that Governor Schwarzenegger's administration created the California Offender Management Board to study the issue. Look at that. People do not automatically come off the list after 10 or 20 years. They're allowed to petition the court. Guys, this is not cool, man. It's not. I'm not okay with this. Okay, guys, quiz. What is your favorite sandwich and what is your least favorite sandwich? It has to be a sandwich.
Who eats sandwiches?
Everybody eats sandwiches.
Not me.
Really? You don't eat like PB&J or like a Italian sub or any of that stuff?
No, I mean I can't even remember the last time I bought bread.
Really? Fine. You don't eat like gyros or burritos or anything? Those don't count
Burrito, sure.
the sandwiches, but you know. Luna, Cam, do you guys eat sandwiches? Unlike Mr. Exception to the motherfucking rule over here.
I mean, of course, if I don't eat them that often, but of course, I just don't. I don't like Subway, or I don't go to like delis or delicatessens or whatever. But when they're around, hell yeah.
Okay, and what kind of sandwich are you? If you were hungry and you could just go and get one right now.
Italian meatballs probably.
Yeah, that's good. Cubanos are good. This is what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Cubanos are good sandwiches, man. But my favorite are any Italian subs. Any Italian sub. I could eat. Back before I started working from home, I used to eat Italian sub for lunch every day for like years. An Italian sub squares. Ooh, look at this. Luna, do you eat sandwiches over there?
I mean.
Or do you only eat the hamburgers? Yeah.
No, I'm not. To be honest, I'm not really quite knowledgeable in the names of like sandwiches, so I don't know what is even counted as sandwich because my culture doesn't have a like sandwich culture. So
bread and stuff in between bread.
No, I get it. Like,
ingredient.
but it's simply like, I don't know. I guess I really like tuna fish, like tuna fish
is good.
salad sandwich.
Yeah, tuna fish is good. You guys, it's gross. Okay, so they have like egg salad sandwich. These are good. Okay, but you know what else they have? Look, guys, they have ham salad. Blech. Ham salad. Blech. Disgusting. Look at that.
Yeah, no.
Look
I
at
am
this.
already not so good with pork, so anything comes from the pig.
Ham salad. No, man. No. Cat Wang says, does hot dog count? No.
No? Oh.
August Lion says, if Jeff Stacy's making the sandwich, I would just leave and get something else. Oh man. Yeah, guys. I'm actually shocked that Subway, beat the whole Jared thing. They're actually doing pretty good now. I mean, they have been for a while, but they actually made it out of the Subway Jared thing pretty good. I mean, they distanced themselves from him, and is he still alive?
Yeah, he's in prison.
Didn't he get attacked in prison too?
No, he's doing well. He's running every day and in good shape. And
Yes, he was.
He's still looking good.
Look, he was beaten.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Well, he seems to be doing well.
Hold on, let's.
The 3-part series on him I just watched is really good. He is like the worst, dude.
What was he doing? I still haven't read the whole. Looked at the whole case.
Dude, you got to watch this 3-part series. I can't even say it. Even if I censored it, the things that he did and said were terrible. But he was into Little Boys and Girls.
Subway spokesman and convicted pedophile Jared Bogle was beaten in a prison yard ambush. That's according to TMZ. It happened in January. It says that Bogle was beaten in the rec yard at Englewood Prison in Colorado by a 60-year-old man who was serving time for armed robbery. Sources told that the Fogel had a swollen face and bloody nose. Fogel is serving time for child porn and having sex with underage prostitutes.
Yikes, dude.
The prison must have been understaffed. That's why he got beat.
Flimsy Dumpster, thanks for joining. I see you in the Discord now. Thanks for joining. Guys, we're going to look at this video right
Tonight
here.
we're hearing from the...
And then I think we're going to close this down here in a second. They're talking to the family of the guy that beat up Jared.
Brother of the inmate who beat up Jared Fogle, the former Subway pitchman. He's telling us the fight happened because his brother...
What do you do for a living? I'm the pitchman.
was upset with Jared Fogle's light sentence. Denver 7's Liz Gilardi is live at the prison where Fogle is tonight. Liz?
And even before Jared Fogle was sentenced, there was outrage over how light of a sentence his attorneys were asking for convicted pedophiles.
What were they asking for? I mean, like a couple of years, or I don't know.
Even wrote letters.
You got what?
He got 10 years, and they were asking for a lot more, but he pled guilty.
Come on.
Demanding that the judge be tough on Jared. And inside this federal prison, one inmate just couldn't take it any longer.
He couldn't help it. He just couldn't help it.
Behind these walls at the Englewood Federal Prison, Jim Nigg tells us how his brother Steve beat up Jared Fogle.
What those guys do, Jared included, that's the worst of worst.
The former Subway spokesperson is serving out a 15-year sentence, convicted of having sex with minors, using his celebrity to feed his addiction.
I think he gets parole at 10. Sorry.
Well, I think in federal prison, you're up for parole after 75% of your time. So.
Oh, okay.
Steve Nigg had a problem. He's serving a 15-year sentence for a federal gun crime.
It bothered him anyway, you look at it, but yeah, I'm sure that's not it's not fair. It's not equal.
Nig sold off firearms from his deceased father's estate. His criminal past from the 1970s made that illegal. He told his brother Fogel's sentence and demeanor inside the prison walls sent him over the edge.
When you run through the yard in the prison with special privileges and you hire people, maybe the inmates, to back you up, to make sure nobody touches you, that's even worse.
Rick Kornfeld, a former U.S. attorney, says it's hard to compare the two crimes, especially when you look at criminal history.
This kind of general equivalence is an interesting argument, but it's really not how the system works.
Speaking for his brother.
What is all that stuff in the back of that office? Do you guys see this? Okay, is that a cactus? And like, what is all this shrubbery back here, you know?
Speaking for his brother, Nig says he has no regrets over the prison yard scuffle.
But it's still worth it. He still thinks it's still worth it. And he'd do it again.
Yeah.
And families say Nig is being held in isolation. We did check into his criminal past. He was involved.
Seriously? Guys, it amazes me when you look at, like, you know, Jeffrey Dahmer had all these female fans and he's gay.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Oh my goodness. And Ted Bundy
Ted
also.
Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, all of them, man. What's with people? You know? I don't understand.
Bundy had a ton of women. Like,
yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Letters a day and stuff.
Yeah, he got married and then, you know, he had a kid with that woman, but there's women who would go there and then he would pay the guards off and then he would sleep with women. And
I think I read somewhere it's basically evolutionary stupidness. So
it's status either way, right? You know, like people who have status, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, women see these people and think, oh my goodness, he is strong. So yeah. So maybe that's the reason that there's this evolutionary weirdness in some women.
I heard a quote saying all the same traits that make a person the hero can make them the villain. You know what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of women didn't think he was guilty, including his wife. I think they really believed it because I don't know why everyone found him so handsome. Maybe it's 1970s handsome. I don't see it, but
exactly, I agree. I don't get it.
But like he was considered like a 10. You know,
just
back
have
then.
that charisma.
We say in Turkish, devil's feather.
Yeah,
they have the devil's feather.
It's a combination of different things, and I think that there's a lot of people have it. I mean, excuse me, not a lot of people have it. But for instance, okay, you look at Beyonce, right? Beyonce's looks. I've met girls in real life that are prettier than Beyonce, right? Her singing, she can sing, but she's not the best singer out there. She's not better than like a Jennifer Hudson or a lot. She can dance, but it's how she puts it all together. She does that better than almost anyone else. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Beyonce's not pretty, but I'm saying there are women out there that she has in the same way that Ted Bundy. I'm comparing Beyonce and Ted Bundy. That happened. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, but what I'm saying is there are X factors out there that we don't consider. And that's why I always say, like me, as a natural extrovert, like I don't understand like introverted people. I.E. Dixon, what's up, man? It's hard for me to understand people that that have to take soft skill classes, that have to learn how to work on those intangibles. You know what I'm saying? But there's some people that just have that dialed up to 1,000, you know? And it's the same way as when we look in the 30s when every country had their demagogue. You know what I'm saying? Like we had FDR, you know, Russia had, the man of iron over there. You know, Germany had that guy that we're not going to talk about. And the Il Duce down in Italy, you know, and they all have that waving the fist in the air type thing, you know, and people are drawn to that. So I don't understand it. I don't. But then you look at guys like what's his name? He was the pastor who was flying in underage Filipino prostitutes. Ted Haggard.
No, Ted Haggard was into men.
Oh well, who was the? I have sinned against you.
Baker, Jim Baker.
Is this him? Let's see.
Maybe I'm wrong. No, Jim Baker was something different. There's so many. How do you narrow them down?
I know. Let's see if I can find it. The I have sinned against you guy. Jimmy Swaggart.
Swaggart. Okay.
I wonder if there is if this is copyright. I don't care. Hold on.
Just by God.
Let's see. Jimmy Swaggart. Let's see what he did. He's still alive. What did he do? Prostitution scandals. A plural. Look at that. Look at this. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
TV.
And now, I have sinned against you, my Lord.
I have sinned against you. There we go.
He's confessed to a moral mistake, and he's pulling away.
I love the way Jim Carrey parodied him on
I know.
I have sinned against you, my Lord.
Come on, dude. Anyways, guys, on that note, I think I'm gonna shut this bad boy down. Guys, we are gonna do a Discord call on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're gonna check out episodes of that. Was it Underage Undercover Show? So we can watch episodes of that. And guys, there is a tab in the Discord for that's called Discord calls. Drop any links to anything that you want to share in there. And yeah, guys, let's hop on the Discord call at 4. I'll post the link in the general stuff tab. And yeah, guys, Luna, Jameson, Cam, any closing statements?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get a devil's feather tattoo.
Oh, damn! Do it.
How do you say that in Turkish?
Do you want to hear it? Like,
yes.
Şeytan to you.
Oh, thank you too. You're welcome.
Sounds like a mushroom.
Yeah. So, I just want to say, if there are any misunderstandings, I'm sorry. Just saying.
Luna, you speak better English than most of the Americans I know.
No, just in case it might go out of context or anything. I didn't mean it, so just saying.
No, you're fine. Trust me.
There have been no words I didn't understand.
Okay, then. Well.
Jameson, Cam, any closing words before we shut this bad boy down?
None for me. Have a good weekend. Well, I'll probably talk to you guys Sunday, right?
Yeah, Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. Bring any links you want to share. So we always talk about pop culture. Like, if you want to share any music, like any bands, any movies, or anything else, because we don't have to worry about copyright or any language or anything. The Discord call. So, yeah. Cool. All right, you guys. I appreciate you guys. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you are subscribed, guys, because YouTube does stupid stuff. The cast apps at the bottom for anyone who wants to donate, guys. And we're almost at 1,000 subs, and then we will do the Jeff Sokol party. So, all right, guys, have a good one. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, okay?
Bye.
Bye, guys.